Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Your old buddy Tim with Revolved Realty back with another video. And in this video, a serious topic. We are talking about real estate scams. In particular, those scams that we are seeing more and more every day online. You know, when you take a business like real estate that is a very lucrative, cash-heavy business and combine it with online, well, as you could expect, the scammers are coming out of the woodwork, no pun intended, to scam you out of your money. And we are seeing almost like a new scam every month coming out now. And these guys are very creative. They're very tricky. They're very resourceful. They're very good at making you think that it is a legitimate transaction, whether it is a rental for a home, an Airbnb, or even to purchase a home, but they are there simply to scam you and take your money. So before we dive in, do me a favor, if you like what we do here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, click the little bell. That way you never miss another video. And if you are looking at moving or investing in North Alabama, Huntsville and Madison in particular, or if you are already here and you would like the assistance of the fastest growing little brokerage in town, almost 100 agents here ready to go to work for you, my contact information is below. All right, so let's talk about some of the more common real estate scams that we are seeing out there. And let's start with Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, I am leery of everybody on Facebook Marketplace. 270 million Facebook Marketplace accounts, that makes up for about 15%, are actually fake accounts. And they are fake accounts because they've been created by people who are looking to take away your money. And I've got my stats up here. That's why I'm reading. 1 in 6 Facebook Marketplace users report to being scammed. According to the FBI, here's the relevant number, more than 13,000 people were victims of real estate or rental fraud in the last year alone. Staggering number, 13,000 plus people have been scammed that they know of on social media. And that includes not just Facebook, Craigslist, Instagram, LinkedIn. Every platform has its scammers. Don't believe that anyone is more protective of the next, because they're not. You're also going to find a lot of scammers operating on Zillow, platforms where consumers can go directly to homeowners or property managers to rent or buy property. So these scammers are out there. Their goal is to rip you off, to get you to deposit money, to send them money. You know, they have their methods we're going to go over. We're also going to talk a little bit about not just the common kinds of scams, but the warning signs and what you might be able to do afterwards. There is honestly very little hope of getting your money back if you've been scammed by one of these guys, but there are places where you can report it and hopefully stave off someone else. So the thing you got to remember also is it's not always about just getting your money. What is even more important to a scammer, and what can be even more valuable than cash, is your identity, credit card number, birth date, social security, any kind of personal information these scammers are looking for. You might have heard of things called title fraud. Title fraud is scary, guys. This is one where they're not out to scam you. They're literally out to take your property away from you. And we're going to do a whole separate video on title fraud. That's not going to come into this one, but it's a scary world out there. So let's talk about the main types of real estate scams and really how you can avoid them. Honestly, before we begin, it comes down to this. Use your common sense. Hopefully, you have common sense. Okay? My mom used to say the bad thing about common sense is it ain't as common as it used to be. We see that a lot. All right, so let's talk a little bit about escrow wire fraud. Now, escrow wire fraud typically will take place when someone is already in escrow or under contract to purchase a home. And if you don't know this, the way it works is once there is a contract on the home, that goes over to a title company or a closing attorney, and the buyer will have to put down a down payment, an earnest money payment in escrow. All right, let's say you're buying a $200,000 home. Well, tradition says you're going to put down $2,000 in down payment, earnest money for the escrow. Now, what these scammers do is they're playing the odds. They send out millions and millions of emails from what looks like a legitimate title company, and it basically says, hey, you did not deposit enough into the title company account. We are going to have to cancel your contract if you don't deposit additional funds immediately. Something to that effect. Now, you would be surprised how many people actually fall prey to this particular scam. Not surprisingly, a lot of folks don't even know who the title company is they're closing with. It's always, or not always, but it can be arranged by an agent. So if you get any kind of communication from someone who pretends to be or says they're from your title company, the first thing you need to do is talk to your real estate agent, because they know which title company they're doing business with. And should you, as a sharp consumer, call that title company and say, hey, I just got an email from someone saying that I need to deposit another $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever into my escrow account. Is this for real? Guys, it's a scam. All right. If you get an email from a title company saying, hey, you need to deposit additional escrow funds, odds are it's a scam. Again, go to the title company yourself if you know the name of the title company, and you should never, guys, get into a business transaction or a real estate transaction that involves an attorney, a title company, without knowing the attorney's name. All right. But again, lots of people fall victim to this. They freak out. They don't do their homework. They don't do the common sense. They will wire the money into the account the scammer instructs them to, and that money is gone. You are not going to get it back. All right. The next type of scam is one that preys on folks who are in foreclosure or headed into foreclosure. Now, scammers use public records to find lists of homes that are in pre-foreclosure. Those records are out there if you know where to look. Then they contact the homeowner and offer to help them for a fee. All right, maybe they promise that they can negotiate with the mortgage company and get the mortgage payments down. Maybe they promise that they can get the payments put in forbearance where you don't have to pay for a number of months. Maybe they think that, or they tell you they can restructure the loan, but there's always a fee involved. All right. If the way to avoid this one, number one, is to avoid foreclosure if you can. All right. Now, with forbearance, the things that went on during COVID, there's going to be a lot of homes going into foreclosure. All right. But the minute you cannot make your house payment, call your mortgage company. Work with your mortgage company. They do not want your house, guys. They want their money. Plain and simple. So if you can call them up and say, hey, I've had a change in employment. I'm going through a divorce. I don't have the income. Can you work with me? Odds are, most will, they will work with you. They'll either put it in forbearance, they'll give you some kind of reduction you can make up later, okay? So don't be afraid to call your mortgage company. That's the number one mistake folks going into foreclosure make, is they cut off communication with the mortgage company. That is the absolute worst thing you can do, okay? You're only putting off the inevitable. So if you truly want to not experience foreclosure or lose your home to foreclosure, talk to your mortgage company. But if you are contacted by one of these companies offering assistance, well, again, contact your mortgage company. Say, I've been contacted by, this particular company. They're offering to help. Can you tell me, are they legitimate? Can we set up a three-way call between you? And this is what I would tell these people who are offering the mortgage assistance. Let's set up a three-way conference call between you, me, and my lender, and let's just make sure we are all on the same page. If it's a scam, they're going to resist that. They're going to say, oh, no, don't you call your mortgage company. The minute they know you're thinking about this, they're going to kick you out of the house. Don't be afraid. Don't take that BS as gospel, because it's not. All right. If they discourage you from communicating with your lender, chances are it is a scam. Okay. Next is one that we see a lot in my business. Here at Revolved Realty, we have a lot of listings. And I have been contacted by folks who have saw one of my homes or one of our homes on the internet in Facebook in their Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and the home is listed for rent by someone else. Now, this is a home that we have on the market for sale. So I see these a lot. These are fake listing and rental scams. What scammers do is they post these fake listings on social media. They claim to be the homeowner or representative of the homeowner or an agent or the property manager. And what they do is when you call, they're going to say, well, you know, we got a lot of folks waiting or wanting to get in on this. If you're interested, we better do something quick. And they try to get you to send them either through Wire or Venmo or PayPal or Zelle. They say, well, you know, if you're really interested, what we can do is we can get a $500 deposit. We'll do a $50 application fee. And once I have your $500, we're not going to let anyone else in the house. All right. We'll run your application. If you don't get qualified, we'll refund your money. Guys, that money is as good as gone. If they ask you for anything up front, you need to do a couple of things. Number one, you need to verify they are who they say they are. All right. Anyone can post a home for sale or rent on Zillow. And if you go to Zillow and you click on, you know, want more information about this home, they're going to ask you, well, we need to get all of your personal information on the application, and we need to get a $500 deposit, $1,000 deposit. And again, once you do make that deposit, guess what? It's gone. Your money is gone. Same way with Airbnb and rental scams. These are becoming more prevalent because it's, number one, so easy to do. What this is, it's if you go on Airbnb and you go on VRBO or one of those, you see a home that you want to rent or spend a couple of days in, you make your reservation through the system. Well, yes, there are fake accounts in Airbnb and VRBO and all the others. There was a thing I saw on the news here just over the weekend. It was an Airbnb scam where the Airbnb homeowner, her Airbnb account had been hacked. And so this hacker was actually taking reservations for this home, but also trying to sell the home. So, you know, that's a scary one because you are putting your faith in Airbnb and their processes. And we've seen this come up in the news quite a bit where someone would look at a property online, they would send in the money to rent it, and you got to pay for this in advance. They would show up and it was someone's home. It was not even the property. Or they would show up and it was a rental, but it was not what was shown in the photos. It was just in horrific condition. So, you know, the key there is be quick to do your homework, be quick to verify, but also be very slow to send them money, okay? You want to do a couple of things there is you want to use, again, common sense. Be wary of everything that you see until it is proven to you. All right. If someone says, yes, I am the owner of this property, there are public tax records where you can go look up who really owns the property. You can call, if it's a home that's listed with an agency for sale, verify that agency. There's a lot of fake real estate brokerages out there, guys, that do just this. Okay. And so you want to do your homework. You want to get as much verification as you can. If you are looking to rent a property, ask them, are you the homeowner? Yes. Well, then could I see some ID? Could you tell me your home address? Can you tell me, is this your phone? It's not difficult to conjure up an identity for these folks, but it's also not difficult for you to verify or unverify who they say they are. So, one of the big things with these guys is they want their cash. So be very wary of wiring or Venmoing money, or if they ask you if you use WhatsApp. A lot of these scammers are on WhatsApp. That's how they like to communicate, okay? So ask the owner or landlords for verification information. If they claim to be a property management company, look them up online, call the Better Business Bureau, do what you can to verify they are who they say they are. All right, ask for their contact information. Give me your phone number so I can call you back. If they won't give you their phone number, well, you know. So So those are just some of the more prevalent ones. Like I said, the ones that we see quite a bit here in Revolved is where scammers will take homes that are actually listed on the MLS or on Zillow. They will copy photographs, they will copy descriptions, and then they will put them on social media either for rent or for sale. And so here's a little list. Rocket Mortgage published the signs it's a scam. I want to go over this. Number one, no documentation or proof of ownership or connection to the property. If there is a lack of proper documentation, guys, do not fall for the trap. All right. If someone, for example, calls me and says, hey, we need verification of who you are. Well, I can send them my business website. I can send them all my license numbers. I can send them my Better Business Bureau account. I can send them whatever they need. It's very easy. Okay. But if you are talking to someone and they're like, well, you know, I'm out of state. The title and the deed is locked up in a box somewhere. I don't really have easy access to it. You can trust me. I wish I had a red flag to wave. That's a big one. Pressure to act quickly is also another sign it's a scam, often saying that there are other people interested or a limited time to act. If you call and say, hey, I'm calling about the home for rent, well, you better hurry. We've got people lined up out the door. You know, if you don't want to miss this one, you need to go ahead and put down your deposit. It's completely refundable. Don't worry. Put that deposit down. You got a credit card handy? Let me send you over to Venmo. So if they pressure you to act quickly, that could be a sign of a scammer. The next thing to look out for is unrealistic guarantees. You know, there's an old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, chances are it is. So if they are guaranteeing you things like, well, you know, this is, we guarantee a reduction in price, or we guarantee the value is going to go up, or we guarantee to hold this listing for you. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, if they're offering a $500,000 home for $200,000, act like you got some smarts. Use your common sense. Another sign it's a scam is the demand to wire money. No checks, no cash. They do everything via wires. If you are asked to send cash, you know, Western Union, whatever it's called, or wire money, that's a big red flag. You know, if you're buying a home, you will never be asked to pay anything until a contract between the parties is in place and they want an earnest money check. All right. You're not going to be asked to immediately put down a 10% deposit if you're looking to buy a home. All right. The most common ones, again, with rentals is the application fee, the deposit, the security deposit. And again, they claim that you get all that back. You don't. So let's talk about how not to get scammed. Again, number one, use your brain, use your smarts, use what God gave you. Never send or wire money to someone without making sure they are who they say they are and they have a claim to the property. Check the credentials. Ask for references. Ask for a photo ID. If someone is a landlord and someone is a property manager or a realtor, they should have absolutely no trouble sending you verification. All right. Verify their connection with the property, either through ownership verification or public records. If someone says, I'm a for sale by owner, this is my home. Okay, well, could you give me the full name that's on the deed so I can make sure you are legit? If that hurts their feelings, you don't want to do business with them anyway. All right. You can go look up, again, public records, tax records, that sort of thing. You can run background checks online. You can go spend $35 and make sure this person doesn't have a criminal history. But you really want to verify their connection to the property. If they are the homeowner, their name should be on the deed if the deed is current. If they're a property management company, it should be very easy to verify. Ask for the owner's contact information. All right, so verify their connection. Number three, if the home is advertised for sale on social media, remember, a lot of those ads are fake. You've got to be extremely careful. You need to make sure that that home actually is for sale legitimately. All right, and the easiest way to do this is you can run the address through Zillow, or you can contact a local real estate agent or a local MLS office and to verify that it is actually for sale. And if it is in the MLS, you'll be able to contact the listing agent directly. So if the person you've been talking to is not the listing agent, I would call that listing agent and say, do you have any connection to John Doe over here who's trying to rent or sell me the property? All right. Do your homework. Call a local realtor. We're more than happy to help you with this because this really is, a bane to our existence. Number 4, check public tax records to verify ownership. We've already talked about that. If they claim to have ownership, it should be on the tax records. All right. Same way with property managers, very easy to verify. If you are dealing with a company, a property management company, verify that they are legitimate. It's very easy for a scammer to create a bogus property management company, put up a website, get a phone number. I could do that in an hour, guys. I'm not a scammer. All right, so they can do it much quicker. But verify the company is who they say they are. Look them up on Google. Call the Better Business Bureau. Ask for references of other clients. They shouldn't be afraid to give you that. All right. The big thing is do your homework. Don't be pressured. Never send cash or wire money without complete verification. So there you go, guys. I hope that was helpful. Now, what if you have been scammed? Unfortunately, there's not a heck of a lot you can do. That money is gone and you just got to write it off. Now, you can contact the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC. You'll find them online. You can also contact your local authorities, your Better Business Bureau. The odds are you're not going to get your money back, but you should report it, really nevertheless, maybe to keep someone else from falling into the same trap that you have fallen into. And, if you're dealing with a legitimate company that's scamming you, well, then you've got additional avenues that you can go. You can file charges. You can call the Better Business Bureau. You can do a lot if it's a legitimate company scamming you. A lot of mortgage scams out there. Always have been, and there always will be. But anyway, if it is a legitimate company and you feel like you're being scammed, by all means, call the authorities. All right. Guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope you haven't been the victim of one of these scams. You just got to act like you know what you're doing. Use some common sense. Be slow to pressure, slow to pay, and hopefully you will be okay. But the big thing is, don't be so quick to jump. If it looks too good to be true, chances are it is. So, all right, guys, that's it. Again, if you like what we do here on the channel, do a favor, click that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Click the little bell. And if you are thinking about moving to Huntsville, Madison, Athens, Decatur, anywhere in North Alabama, we've got Revolved Realty here, almost 100 agents now ready to go to work for you, including yours truly. And if you feel like you're being scammed, let me know. I'd like to know about it. Drop it in the comments below. Or if you've been a victim to a scam, I'd like to hear that as well. All right, guys, that's it. Hope it's been a helpful video. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.